It is Sunday, August 26, 2018, and interesting day. Lots of stuff happened today. At church, went in, and before sacrament meeting started, um, Jamie Cutts came up to me, and Jamie does doTERRA. She's actually Heather's boss. She recruited Heather. So she's big into doTERRA and whatever. So she walks up to me, and I was actually sitting down when she came up to me, and she said, I just want you to know, I just really never get a chance to just say hi to you. So I stood up and we gave one another a hug, and I joked around with her, and I said, yeah, I know, you just blow by me all the time. And since she's Young Women's president, she's obviously really busy, going from here to there. So anyway, so we chatted a little bit. She said, but I just want you to know, I really love the stuff you put out on Facebook. I love your posts. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't tell you how much that means to me. Because I just think, I wonder sometimes if I put too much out there, because I never have done Facebook before, and now I'm doing more than what I've ever done, and it's all about health and whole food, plant-based eating and stuff. And I said, that means so much, because I think sometimes am I irritating people? I don't know, whatever. She says, I know exactly that feeling, because I put out a lot, which she actually does, and I've almost thought of blocking her. So it was kind of interesting. But anyway, that was kind of surprising. And then I wound up for sacrament meeting sitting next to, and I can't think of his name. He's a guy that actually is on a walker, but he's not. I don't think he's any older than I am. He's probably younger than me. But he came up to me after I did the sacrament talk about love, and how he really was touched by that, especially when I talked a lot about getting my health back, and how that was, and loving myself enough to do that and whatever. So we sat next to one another and had nice chats, talked about the Stansberries and some other things that we had in common. And that was cool. And actually Tom was there today, and I haven't seen Tom all summer. So this guy sat in between me and Tom, unfortunately. But anyway, it was kind of interesting. And then during Relief Society, oh my gosh, topic was relationships, and Kim Harris conducted it. I love when Kim does teach. And the whole time she's up there, she's just like, I felt like she was just looking at me the whole time. And I was really uncomfortable. This is one of the first times I can remember feeling really uncomfortable about a topic. And I know why. I mean, relationships, I don't do them well. I never have. I don't really have relationships. I do since coming to church, but before then, yeesh. And I know why, and it's a trust issue, and it's fear of rejection and all that. But, like, I could tell when she introduced the topic, was saying similar things how I felt. She said how relationships has always been hard for her, and she's married, she's got kids, but, she's an introvert, and she just expressed some things that touched me. And during the time, there were several times where I wanted to share something, but I got muffled, and there's a lot of exchange of ideas, so a lot of people were talking, so it was really good and healthy. But I just kept thinking, boy, I am uncomfortable with this, and I started getting emotional thinking about what I was going to say, and I'm like, I don't want to open up that can of worms. So in any event, afterwards, Kim kind of came from behind me and just said hi or something. I don't know. So I just let her know basically that I really wanted to engage in the conversation. I related to what she introduced it as and her uncomfortableness. I said, but I just couldn't. She said, no, I knew. She said, I'm looking at you. And she goes, but next time, promise me that you will. Promise me that you will talk about it. And anyway, I thought, and then it made me think, like, I guess people really do understand the fact that just the way she engaged with me about that, and the way she kept looking at me the whole time, I'm like, for some reason, I think people wouldn't understand that about me, but it's like, well, of course they do. You've never been married. You're a Mormon. Well, I'm not supposed to call myself a Mormon anymore. I mean, like, So it was interesting. It's made me think a lot. So obviously, it's a topic I need to address. It's something I need to work on, and that goes relationships, of all kinds, not just romantic ones, friendships, relationships with just people, with family, friends, all that. Ooh, I've gotten much better about it, but obviously it's something I need to look into. So then Cheryl and her husband Jack came over after church and to look at the flooding that's been going on in the basement and all that kind of stuff. And then they went and looked through the rest of the house, and I thought they've seen all the cracks in my walls, but apparently they haven't. So long discussion about that. They gave me advice and they offered help. So we'll see how that goes. Anyway, interesting day.